Hey, what's happening, YouTube? Chris here from New Venture Entrepreneurs. If you're new to my channel, I'm an online seller and I sell on platforms such as Amazon, eBay, Etsy, and Merch by Amazon. And pretty much in my videos, I just take you through my journey of building my business online. So if you're interested in seeing how I build my business, go ahead and subscribe to my channel to see my future videos. Now, just the other day, I was on my Canva account and if you're not familiar with Canva, Canva is just a website where you can create designs and logos, similar to kind of like Photoshop, sort of, where you can create designs. But it's more similar to to PicMonkey actually. But anyways, I was going through all of my designs that I've made throughout the years, and I just started reflecting on the type of person that I am, how I would, start all these different business ventures or have all these ideas just back to back to back. And unfortunately, I just never took action and pursued it. So that's what really inspired this video today. I just want to go back and I just want to talk about all the ventures that I attempted. Um, so yeah, I actually took some notes, wrote it down really. It's just 12 things. So it's not that much, kind of. It's just the person that I am really. Um, and honestly, what I notice about myself is that I've always wanted to be like the boss of something. I've always wanted to be like the top dog, like the head honcho, the person in charge. I'm not sure why I'm like that, but that's just like the type of person I am. And the reason I'm saying that is because that is kind of got me into starting these businesses because I just want to be the boss of something. Um, I remember back in 8th grade, I actually started it was actually considered a gang, but it wasn't supposed to be a gang. It was a group of friends that I had that I hanged out with, and I just wanted to name us just a name. And that why I don't know. I just wanted to be like the head of that for some reason, but it turned out to be a gang, and the school shut that down. But even something like that, I just want to be the top of something. Um, and then when I started working a job, I realized that there's processes. You can't just be the boss of something really. And yeah, that's kind of what got me into really having an interest in building my own business because I can be in control of my own life, my own destiny, and what happens with the business in general. So off of that, let me go ahead and get started on this list right here. So the first thing that I wanted to start doing was this is back in high school. I wanted to start YouTube. So I remember back in like around 2006, 2007. I think is when YouTube really just started, and it seemed extremely interesting to me. I didn't know what videos to make. I just know that I really enjoyed hanging out with my friends, and I just wanted to, record us and put it online because I saw that if I always felt that if you document yourself or put yourself out there, some people will gravitate towards you, and I don't know, just it seemed like a good idea. But at the time, I wasn't really hanging out with the right people in high school. They did things that I didn't do myself. Like they pretty much just like smoked and stuff like that. But they were cool to hang out with. I never smoked with them, but it was beyond that. It was pretty fun to hang out with them. Um, and I didn't want to record me with my friends doing that because always in the back of my mind, I felt like these videos that I put online can always be brought up in the future and kind of hinder my opportunities because people that look at it may not agree with it, and it could mess up a job opportunity. So I wanted to do YouTube. I wanted to do something with my friends, but I wasn't really hanging out with the right friends, and I didn't know what else to really record. So I never really started it, but I always had an interest in doing it. Um, so after high school, um, and I think this is pretty much starting college. Yeah, actually, my first 2 years in college, within my first 2 years in college, I wanted to do eBay. Now, I didn't take it serious. The thing was, I had some things that I wanted to sell, and I went ahead and sold it. And I saw that you can make money online. I think I sold an Xbox that I got. So I was like, wow, I sold this really quickly. I can just repeat this process, but I never got into it. So that was another failed attempt at starting something. So that was like within the first 2 years of college. Um, And then my last 2 years of college, this is when it really started taking off, when I really started to get in that, well, kind of started getting that entrepreneur bug. Um, I remember I wanted to start a social media marketing agency. The thing with that, I even had like a name with it. Designed a logo. I wrote out like a business marketing plan, all that stuff. I really took time to get it started, really. And it was actually called Creative Owl Marketing. I created a logo and everything for it. I was really onto it, or I was really into it. I told my friends about it. Um, and my thinking was, there's a lot of businesses, local businesses, that don't really know about social media, and they don't know about the power of how it can drive traffic into their business, like restaurants or something like that. And I was thinking that I could just, create their social media accounts for them and just post for them, every couple of days or something like that. And I wanted them to pay me. I think it was about. I was thinking about $150 to $200. Now, I didn't pursue it. Why? I don't know. I kind of wish I would have, but I felt at the time that that was kind of a lot because I wasn't really experienced. I know how to start, all these different social medias, Twitter, Facebook, etc. But I never had any type of, big businesses pay me for just creating something like that. Um, so I pretty much just stopped doing that. I wish I would have pursued it. After that social media marketing agency, I started a clothing brand, and it was called Fugitive LA. I thought it was a pretty clever clothing brand name, and it was more for like the rebellious millennial style, just do whatever you want type of people. And I really thought about it a lot. It was really in my mind. I don't know. I didn't pursue that. I wrote down the logo, same thing, and yeah, it just didn't work out really. So that was that. And then after the clothing brand, I remember I started a Shopify store. I don't remember what it was, but I remember creating an account. I don't remember what I was gonna sell, but I just don't remember. That was that was done before it started really. And then after the Shopify store, I remember I was really into beer at the time. Um, so I wanted to start a beer company called Fugitive LA, same name really. And yeah, I was really interested in craft beer. I liked it a lot, and I noticed that I started gaining a lot of weight. I really started researching how to create craft beer and the different tastes, you can, or different notes. Really, I went to different like craft brewing stores so I can get the kit and all that stuff. I was really into it, and when I started doing more research, I started realizing how expensive creating a beer company is with all the I forgot what all that stuff is really, but it's really expensive. I mean, you have to get a loan to build a business like what I wanted to do at least. So I stopped that, um, and I started thinking that, well, I can't do this now, but I can start a blog. If I like beer this much and I know I want to do this, I can start a blog and try to monetize it some type of way, and then just start it now, and then eventually over time I can start, gaining exposure. Maybe somebody will want to sponsor me or something. So that was my thinking, and then I started a blog called Fugitive LA, of course. And yeah, so once I started the blog, I got like a WordPress website. I didn't write any articles at all. I think I just started it. I didn't even know how to design a website, so that ended pretty much. After the blog, I was really interested in writing. During this time, this is still within the last 2 years of college. So I was really interested in writing, and it was more about like my life, but as a character in a book. So I was really writing like a nonfiction type. I'm sorry, a fiction type of book, but really based around my life. I wrote a lot too. I got one of those composition books, and I wrote at least more than half of that composition book. I was just writing every single day. It was something that I was really interested in. Um, and yeah, I told my friends about it too and everything. And yeah, that didn't work out. Um, I think I just started realizing like all the work that goes into it, publishing and marketing and all that stuff. And plus, just life goes on, and I started getting interested in other things. So that was like my first 2 years in college. That's when I started like kind of getting that entrepreneur bug. Um, and then so now we're gonna go to the last 2 years of college. After, oh, I'm sorry, this is actually post college. After college, I started working 2 jobs. I got a full time job. I started working part time at the mall. So I wasn't really into having any of their businesses at the time. So then, after a few months of working both jobs, I started realizing that I hate my part time job. So I started getting on eBay. eBay is actually like the first business that getting into eBay again. The second time I started really getting into it, and it was December of 2016 when I started selling, and I noticed that I'm making money off of my efforts. So I just wanted to repeat that process. So that was December of 2016, and then in January of 2017, I started adding on new things. I started thinking, hey, if I can make money on eBay, there's also other platforms like Amazon and Etsy. So I started doing Amazon FBA, just looking for items to ship into their warehouse. And then I started doing Etsy. Um, what was I selling? I think I was doing drop shipping, but I since I was new to that, I really didn't know what I was doing, and I was getting pretty burnt out really. So I stopped Amazon FBA and I stopped Etsy, but I stuck with eBay the whole entire time. Um, After a couple of months, my friend introduced me to Amway, which is like a MLM, multi-level marketing company, where you have to recruit people to really make money. Um, and I've dealt with that before. Never really had an interest in it, but my friend really kind of persuaded me to do it. Um, so I got into Amway, and I was gonna sell the stuff that they sell. I forgot what it's called. And then I wanted to start a fitness group. That's how I was gonna, attract different customers or different clients. I wanted to start a fitness group where we really just like run and jog around and just really get in shape. Same thing. I can actually show you. Let me go to my Canva account right now. Yeah, on my Canva, I just create everything really. Let's see. So yeah, where is it at? Oh yeah, here we go. I called it More Fitness. Get that out of there. More Fitness Club. Um, yeah, same thing. It really didn't work out. I was not gonna work out like that. I started a Facebook group and everything. Um, After that uh, fitness club, I got into selling hair, and I can even show you right here. I named the company Ebony Denise, and this is probably like the most action I've ever taken to a company, where I actually went out and talked to a manufacturer overseas. This was another drop shipping store that I started. You can see right here, I just had all these different designs and stuff that I really wanted to do and everything for the business. Didn't work out. Oh, whoops. Um, what am I trying to do? Sorry, I'm trying to figure this thing out. Okay, yeah. I started the business called Ebony Denise. It was pretty much just selling hair. I told my family about it. I took a long time. I actually took a week off of work. I'm serious. I took a week off of my full time job just to build the website, and I liked the website. It came out pretty good. And what I did was I uh, I threw out ads on Facebook. So I marketed the business on Facebook for a week. What was I doing? Like $5 a day for Facebook ads. And my thing was, if I can get one sale through these ads in a week, then I'll continue the business. So I didn't make any sales, of course. So I stopped that. I don't even know why I started it. When I was doing research, I realized that the hair that these companies sell, the markup is insane. I mean, the one I don't even know why I'm saying this, but one bundle of hair, you'll need about 3 or 4 bundles of hair, and that'll be like a full set. But the bundle itself would cost about $25 to $30, but people were selling it for about 100, you know, or not 100, but probably like $80 for a bundle. So I realized like, well, I can get into this market and really just cut the price really, because that is insanely high. But anyways, like I said, I didn't make any sales the first week, so I stopped doing that. Um, I wasn't really into hair. I just saw like an opportunity for me to take, and yeah, either way, it didn't work out really. Um, so after the hair, or during the time of the hair, I also was doing a private label business. I spoke about that in one of my earlier videos. I was doing Amazon private label, where I reached out to manufacturers overseas and I ordered their products and put my brand name on it. Uh, and the reason I stopped doing that is because, like I said in my earlier video, it's extremely expensive. The goal for private label is really just getting your product to the #1 page. So whatever keyword you're trying to rank for, you want to be within the first. You want to be on the first page, period. Preferably the first listing. And to get to the first page, since Amazon is extremely competitive, um, you have to throw ads out there to get sales in order to rank. And like I said, it's too much money for me right now. I am going to get back into Amazon FBA, but right now it's just not for me. But throughout the whole entire time, I stuck with eBay. So that's one business that I stuck with, and I like it. Um, Now that I have more experience with selling online, I'm getting into other things, and I feel more comfortable, like Amazon, Merch by Amazon, and I got back into Etsy. So it took some time for me to really, you know, get my rhythm pretty much. And that's pretty much how it goes really. I've always, like I said before, I want to be the boss of something. I want to be the boss of my company or some type of business that I start. And yeah, so I had to figure out a way to get to that point, and it just took some time. So that is really how I got to where I am now. And I'm not ashamed of any of these businesses that I attempted, because that made me who I am. It made me realize what I'm capable of, what I'm not capable of. It made me realize what's possible and what's not possible. It made me realize I need to have patience and stop looking for, instant gratification or just looking for instant results, because that's not what works, you know. So eBay, it takes a lot of work, and I saw some success initially, even though it wasn't like good, like huge profits. I saw some success. I saw how it worked. I understood it, and I just continued doing it. And so that's one thing I'm really proud about. At least the eBay business is still going pretty strong. Um, so yeah, so that's gonna be it for the video. I just wanted to go over all the businesses that I attempted but ultimately failed. If you tried something yourself and failed at it as well, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear, what you guys failed at pretty much, just so I'm not the only person at least. So yeah, thank you for checking out this video. If you have any questions about any of the businesses that I sell on, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below, or feel free to email me as well. So thank you for watching this video.